Everybody for showing up today. We're going to start ripping this bike apart. We're going to break it down to the bare knuckles, and then we're going to start to build it up from there. While I'm poking around with this bike, we're going to see what's wrong with it. I might need to order some parts from Honda that aren't available aftermarket, but I think we've got most bases covered. We're going to strip the racks off it. We're going to pull the plastics off it. We're going to rip the tires off it, and then we're going to see what else we need to do. I really have no idea what's under there or what things are like. I don't know if the frame's cracked. We're going to find out soon enough. I've sort of started ripping things apart just to expedite the process a little bit. Some nuts and bolts are kind of ready to come out, but I'm not quite sure which ones. I've gone through the whole bike about a week ago. I sprayed everything with rust penetrating oil, so hopefully everything will come out really nice and easy and I don't snap too many bolts. It's had a bit of a hard life, but it's a Honda. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to paint these racks flat black. Now, those just required like a 10 mil or something. Did I leave this one bolted on? Okay, that rack goes up underneath that plastic, so we'll have to take this plastic off. I love these racks because we can put a deer in the back of this and drive home at the end of the day. Easy to wash off. Look at that. Oh my God, that's funny. Now I have a little box that I put all my parts and pieces and tools in, and I know not everything goes in there because stuff sort of gets lost, or sometimes I'm left over with extra parts and pieces. But if they're left over and everything works, it couldn't have been that important, right? That's the way I look at that. We've drained the gas out of this, so there are no potential issues there. We're just going to take the rest of this apart. We've also started pulling these fender flares off. They're probably going to get in the way, and they don't look too cool. So we're going to trim these fenders up with those big tires on there, make it look a little faster. I know you hardcore guys there, you're like, what are you doing? Keep it stock. I'm not keeping anything stock. I put 30-inch tires on it, darn it. How can I keep it stock with 30-inch tires on it? I think my son's chomping at the bit too. He's like, Dad, this is going to be really cool. Let's get that bike done. I like these bikes so much, I went and I bought another one yesterday. Found a really good deal. You can still find good deals on these. But as soon as you see it, you got to jump on it fast, or you'll lose it because everybody else wants one of these too. Huh. There are actual rocks underneath that battery. Just trying to wear through it. And this spark plug thing. Okay, so now these wires, in order to get these plastics off, we're gonna have to do a couple things here. So this, hold up. To feed these wires out, they gotta go through these plastics. So there's gonna be, there's a bunch of little things here that need to be moved. Some plugs that need to come off. One there. Well, somebody put some dielectric on these. That's good. It wasn't me. I know that because I've literally just been driving this bike since we got it. I haven't done anything to it, as you can see with the rear flat tires. But it's amazing, you know, we put, when we're working in our sawmill yard, we put, I don't know, what would they be, 300-pound slabs on the front of these? 400 or 500 pounds. Just the whole front end just goes right down. But as everybody else will say, she's a Honda, boys. She's a Honda. Can't beat them Hondas. If you're doing something like this, and you're like me, where you forget everything that like I don't remember how any of that just goes back together. Because all kinds of wires, I'm kind of dyslexic, and I've got ADHD, and who knows what else I have. You can just take your camera, take a quick pic, or you can take a video. Everybody's got a cell phone now. Just take a little video, just zoom around, and then you'll be able to see what it was you did. There we go. There we go. Well, that's ready to come off. I've seen online where guys take different grades of sandpaper and then they work these plastics and they make them all like new again. We don't want to go too crazy. We're trying to restore a bike to its original brilliance and amazingness. We just want to make it look pretty good, better than what it looks like now. Right, son? He's working the camera today. So That's our mission. Want it to look better than how it looks right now? I think we can do that. I think that's not gonna be too hard. You know what, while the bike is still, while these fenders are still on there, I'm gonna pop these off. So you guys know I'm not a mechanic. I'm just sort of showing you what I'm doing. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. If you don't feel safe about it, don't do it. That's kind of the way we roll around here. These are the fenders. Probably we're gonna just slice them right along here. Should we do that before we sand them? Maybe we should cut them right on the bike. Okay, let's do that. Well, I try to wear gloves as much as I can because of the cancer. You know, when you're working in a shop, you got all these chemicals around you. Everything's chemicals these days. You know, we just took some time, cut out these fender flares while they're still on the bike. It's starting to look pretty good. Did a little bit of test patching here with the with a 120 grit. There's a lot of paint on here. Somebody tried to paint this, and of course it all went it went south, as they say. So we're just sort of starting to play around with it a little bit to see what's going to work. I think we got a bit of a plan. Get these plastics off so we can start doing some other work. Uh-oh, one broke. Oh, I see, it's just a clip. Well, that's gonna be a bit of a bugger. That's okay, because I can go here. Just a couple of anchors on the frame here. You can get these wires out of here. Very tight in there. You gotta watch with this old wiring because it's pretty brittle. You can actually sort of bust the wires at various places, and then you're gonna be running into a bit of an issue. There we go. There you go. That's it. There's very little to this thing. Frame looks good so far. Look how small the muffler is, guy. So we've got another exhaust coming. We have an MBRP exhaust that's going to be going on this. I'm not quite sure where it mounts. Well, obviously it'll mount there, but we're probably going to have to trim this pipe up. But that's okay. We'll talk about that when we get it. Now we'll get this front plastic piece off. These plastics are in way better shape than I figured. You know, I bought paint for them. We're going to paint them, but I think we're going to be able to sand these up really nicely and everything will be good to go. Now I'm just gonna, we're gonna have to tighten some stuff. So these are all the light wires. So these are all color coded. So that's good. We have some square LEDs coming in here. One of them, it's a kit that we sell, and it actually has a spot and a floodlight. That's gonna be sweet. Holy moly. God, we should just leave it like this, bud. That looks pretty amazing. That looks pretty good. But nah, we gotta keep all the rain and stuff off of here. I wonder what that's for. Look at this. Look at this. What is that? A little bit of extra wiring. This switch. Oh, it goes to this, are there heated grips on this?
Heated thumb?
There was a heated thumb on this. They had a heated thumb grip on there. So I see so we've got our power source anyway for anything that we need to put on there. So we've got a whole new winch set up. So you know what? I think I'm going to tear this winch right off. An EX1 Super Winch. Ooh. Look at the coil on it. It's just a little tiny thing. It's sort of zip tied on there. That's interesting. So there's the air intake, is right up to here. It looks like all the filter lines are off it. gonna have to spray this all down. So that Bronco Generation 2 winch is actually a 2500, I think. Is it 2500? Did you see it, Kai? It's a bit of a monster winch. It's gonna go on here. It's gonna be sweet. Now I kind of want to keep this switch intact. I don't want anything to break. Goodbye. I don't like steel cable. Never liked it. Playing in the mud, they always fray and you go through your gloves and all that. So we're going to, actually that winch comes with synthetic on it. If you buy a winch today and it's got steel cable on it, you're buying the wrong winch. All right, what else are we in here? You know what, I think we're safe to take this off because we've got the KFI mount. Hey bud? I think we're golden. Yeah, well I'm thinking, you know what we'll probably do is we'll probably pull these out. Oh, that's the computer and the brains. So we'll pull the brains out, we'll just put some dielectric in there and take it to boo, right? A little loose. That's okay. Everything in my shop is a hammer, by the way, and everything is a screwdriver. I think it's time to pull the cameraman off the camera, give him a set of goggles and a rag and some degreaser, and let's get this frame cleaned up. Yep, let's do it.